Good morning, everybody. Today I am making some Boston style beans for canning. So I thought I would just bring you with me. I will post the recipe in the blog again, much easier than trying to type it out in that thing. But to start off with, because I made a mess of it, you get Dijon mustard. You need 4 tablespoons of it. And it wouldn't be Boston beans without molasses, so we have half a cup of molasses here. And in my pot already, I have 8 cups of water. Now normally I would also add a little bit of honey to this, but I am out of honey at the moment, so I'm not going to be using any honey in it. And today is actually a pretty good day for me to be canning. It is rainy and gloomy and just wet outside today. So, today is a good day for this. Okay. I should have had my water hot already. Molasses works a lot better in hot water, but that's alright. Also need 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. 1/4 of a teaspoon allspice, and if you don't have allspice, use ground clove. Either one works. And we want a tablespoon of salt. And again, I'm using canning salt because I'm canning this. Now I'm also going to grab my garlic powder and my onion powder. My trusty pepper. Okay, get some pepper in that. And we're going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder and 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Let's give this a stir. Molasses is starting to break up now. These are not Boston baked beans because I am not making the syrup and then baking them in the oven and then canning them. These are just Boston style beans. They have the flavor of Boston baked beans, but they're not baked beans. To this, you actually, if you wanted to, you can add onion and bacon to it again, but I'm just not feeling it. I just want plain old style. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add some onion flakes to it, some dried onion flakes. They'll rehydrate. I change my mind a lot. That was about 1/3. So I'll say roughly half a cup of onion flakes there. It does give it a nice look if you have onions in it. I will give it that. Okay. So now, see. Oh, you can see it has that dark molasses look to it. Oh, yep. That's right where I want it. So I'm just going to get this nice and hot, because you want it nice and hot when you're canning. All your liquids should be boiling. And I've already got, I'll just swing you over here. I've already got my beans ready in the jar. So all I gotta do is just wait for this to come up to boil. And I will bring you back. Okay, so I thought I'd actually show you guys this while my canner is still empty. My canner is a Presto and it has these little slits. You can just vaguely see them. Then there's one right there where my water line is. Just right there. That is how full my canner goes for if I am pressure canning. These other marks on the sides are for if you are pressure cooking with it, which I'm not doing. Oops, sorry, you're fogging up. My apologies. I didn't notice that. But those are for pressure cooking. They're just indicator lines as to how full you can fill it. Mine's not to go any further than that point there. That's what those are for. But you can see I've got my water in there, my rack in there. Yes, my canner's dirty. I could fill it all the way, like, you know, to this point here and put some cream of tartar in it and boil it. But I know it's clean, it's just stained. I have hard water. It doesn't bother me. So let me get you set up, because this has now come to a nice hot boil and we're going to start filling the jars. So I'm about to start filling my jars. I just wanted to say this. I kind of forgot about it well, actually it was yesterday, but I forgot about it when I was showing you guys the maple beans. My lids, I wash them, but I don't soak them in hot water. Whenever I do that, my lids don't actually seal to the jar. I have tried it many times, but they just don't seal. I don't know why. So I just make sure they're clean. I wash them and they're fine. I've never had an issue with doing this. But if you have luck with boiling them in that, or not boiling, but sitting them in warm water as you go, that's great. But it just doesn't work for me. And I know lots of canners that actually do it the same way as I do. They just don't admit it. So anyway, now that I've said that, we take our hot broth again, pouring them over the beans. I'm sorry, I really just had a brain fart there. Filling it to 1 inch to the rim. Oh, also, you didn't see me doing this yesterday. Okay. Let me see if you can see this. Okay, yeah. This is my debubbler. I use this side for debubbling, and this is actually a marker so you can see how far your headspace is. Yeah. So this one is 1/4 of an inch. Hang on, let me see if I can see this. 1 inch, 3/4, half, and 1/4 of an inch. I don't actually use that because everything I can is either 1 inch or 1/4 of an inch. Now you can see I have it at 1 inch without even measuring it. The reason is this lip here is 1 inch. If you're doing jam, you go 1/4 of an inch. I don't know if you can see this, as I can't really, okay. Do it on a jar of just beans on it. Let me see if you can see this. Let me see if I can, okay, anyway. But you can see 1/4 of an inch is right there, where is that line, that top screw lid right there. That's how I mark mine. But I don't recommend that for everybody. Just if you need to, use the baton, debubbler, whatever you want to call it, to get your marker in. But you stir it. I don't have my paper towel. One moment. And we're back. And when you're pressure canning, you want to use vinegar on your rims to clean them. So you get them good and clean. Take your lid, pop it on there, get a ring, screw it on. Now these jars are hot. Sorry, I don't have much feeling in the tips of my fingers anymore from canning. But just finger tight. Actually, let me show you a little trick. Now, if you're not sure what they mean by finger tight, yes, there are little things that you can buy to, I guess, tighten them. I'm not even sure how those things even work, to tell you the honest to God truth. But let me show you how I do it. Or how I started off by doing it. Because I have to do this with my Tatler lids, because sometimes I tend to over tighten those. So we take it, we debubble it, we wipe We wipe the lid. We wipe the lid. I can talk today. My apologies. We get our lid, put it on there. But what you can do is just tighten it until it starts spinning. That's fingertip tight. It's not too tight, it's not too loose. It's on there. But that's a little, I can't remember how I came across that. I wish I could, but I don't. But yes, you just keep going until all the jars are filled. I will bring you back because I'm pretty sure you really don't want to hear me babble as I'm going. Actually, I'll bring you back once I have all of these out of the canner and they are on the towel on. I'll bring you back when I have them out of the canner and on the towel on my counter and show you the finished results. And they are all out of the canner. There was 9 of them in total. I believe it was 9. 6, 7, oh sorry, my mistake, 8. That color. Isn't that just beautiful? So I hope you guys give this a try. They are absolutely delightful. And if you do, let me know down in the comments. So until next time, have a great day. Bye.